The stress of our current realities can weigh heavily on us, and with the limitations put in place to keep the community healthy, many of our ways of coping with stress may be challenged or restricted in this time of social distancing. The Wholeness Wheel invites us to think about how different aspects of our lives come together to create our overall well-being. In this time of disrupted routines, it can be a useful tool to help us find balance. Several members of Peace have come together to create a series of videos that invite us to consider these different dimensions of our wellness and to think about ways to maintain them during this time. Marcie Robinson is a yoga instructor and Peace member. And in today's video message, she shares with us about an important but often overlooked component of physical well-being, the breath. In this brief video, Marcie will talk you through a basic breathing exercise that can help reduce stress and help you face your day with a sense of well-being.
My name is Marcie Robinson, and I've been asked to talk to you today about the physical well-being part of the ELCA's Wellness Wheel. Being physically fit right now is really important to help the body with a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety that we happen to be having during this pandemic. A lot of gyms are closed, so we are left without that ability to go work out. But it's beautiful outside. You can go for a walk. You can do exercises in your own house with body weight. There's a lot of wonderful videos on YouTube for that, and also dancing videos so you can follow along with, and of course yoga videos. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is your breath and breathing to help deal with anxiety and to deal with stress. Some people who have taken a class with me have probably heard me say before that even though we can't take away the things that are causing us stress in our lives, we can help our bodies deal with that stress in a more healthy way. So we have what's called deep diaphragmatic breathing. And some of us, it's really hard to get that deep diaphragmatic breathing if we weren't taught it, or even when we first were taught it, to think back to it. But it's breathing where the diaphragm is pressing down, and that helps the lungs fully expand. And to do that, your abdomen has to be completely relaxed. So some people do what we call reverse breathing, and they pull in their abdomen because they think to fill up their lungs completely, the chest has to expand. And that's reverse breathing, and it's not completely using the whole entire lungs. And to use the whole entire lungs, to get that full body of oxygen getting through our blood is the key. So to start off, if you need to start off, you can start laying down. I'm going to say seated in a chair. If you are in a high chair like I have, I don't think you can see it on the video, but I have a box underneath me. So my knees are at a 90-degree angle, and so are my hips, to be more in alignment and healthy for the back. So starting off, putting your hand at your belly. Remember to keep the belly completely relaxed on that inhale, and try to breathe in through your nose if you can. If you can't, don't worry about that part. And when you breathe in, the belly expands, and you should feel your hand move off your belly. If you're on the floor, that's perfect because you can feel that 3D breath of the lower back going into the floor, the lungs expanding. And on your exhale, that's when you engage the abs and help that diaphragm push up into the lungs to get the air totally out. And if this is confusing at first or makes you seem tired at first because this isn't how you normally breathe, that's okay. Have some kindness for yourself and just keep practicing. Keep practicing on the floor until you can practice this in a chair. Doing a couple rounds of it, having your hands at your belly, look like this. Breathing in and exhaling. The hand pulls in. Inhale and exhale. Really trying to get that deep diaphragmatic breathing. The benefit of it is there's a vagus nerve that runs from your brain all the way down into your belly, down towards the belly. And when you do this deep diaphragmatic breathing, it actually compresses on that nerve. I like to say that's a nerve you really do want to get on, because when you compress on that nerve, it sends a signal to your brain that everything is good, that whatever's going on, we can handle it. And it stops the brain from sending out those hormones, our fight or flight hormones like cortisol, to help us to battle whatever it is, but we're not fighting, we're not flighting. So the cortisol stays in our body, and that has damaging effects. So really perfecting this deep inhale and getting on that nerve is really, really beneficial for helping our stress level right now. So to close this off, I do want to show you just some quick movements. Our spine needs 6 movements daily to stay healthy. The first one is flex or extension of the spine, and that's exactly what I'm doing right here. Inhaling, fully extending the spine, flexing forward, whether you're sitting in a chair or on the floor. That's flexing our spine. And then we have our lateral flexion, and that's inhaling the arm up and laterally flexing to one side. Make sure you have a nice long line here. The hip is pressing down, whether you're seated on the floor or in a chair, or if you're standing, that foot presses down. And then the other side, inhale and exhale, laterally flexing, trying to keep that shoulder open, not letting it collapse forward. Reaching through, feeling that nice length, feeling the spine laterally flex. And then the last 2 is rotation to the left and the right. Seated on the floor again, or in your chair. And that's just turning the spine and turning your body. Keeping your spine nice and long. You don't want to turn to king pose. And that also lets the air come in and out, keeping the lungs nice and open. And back to center. Nice inhale and exhale, turning to the other side. You can turn your gaze to the back if you want, but if that's too much tension in your neck, you can look to the side. And that's the 6 movements your spine needs every day to stay healthy. And that's the end of my video. Thank you.